How long does it take to heal after a divorce? The truth is, there is no actual time limit to this. It's individual. The process is unique to each of us. There are so many factors that impact a person's recovery, and I believe I'm still healing from mine. And it's been 2.5 years. I don't know when it'll end, but it gets better with each day. And here's 7 things that I do to work through my own process, and it's ongoing. So if you're in the face of this, work with me, listen to this, and hopefully the 7 things that I do will help you on your journey.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
The first thing I do is face this process as an adventure. We naturally fear the emotional discomfort that comes with an emotionally difficult situation. We respond with fight or flight, and we lose a chance to process a painfully difficult event when we're in that space. I picture myself sitting at the top of a roller coaster ride, and I imagine that the drop I'm about to face is as exciting as the rise when it comes to emotional pain and struggle. This reframes my experience and allows me to acknowledge all of the emotions that I have to face so that I can move through them. The second point is to actually move through these emotions, to embrace them all, to experience them, both the good and the bad, the pain, the sadness, the anger, the frustration, as well as relief, freedom, joy, excitement. Feel everything. Recognize where they reside in your body, these emotions that you have. Listen to the wisdom that these emotions have to share with you. By suppressing any of our emotions, we suppress our feelings in every space of our lives, and it diminishes the good that we can feel when we won't accept that there is bad with it. The third thing that we got to do is reframe how we look at the ending of this relationship. It is not a failed marriage, but a graduation from a relationship. When we look at it as a learning experience, a course of study, we have a better chance of being able to hold on to the good and learn from our mistakes rather than framing the whole experience of our time with our ex as a bad experience. It changes things. The fourth thing, take complete ownership for everything that you did wrong, so you can understand clearly what your mistakes were and get help to overcome emotional and mental issues you may have that contributed to the breakdown of your marriage. If you cannot understand the core reasons you chose the partner you did, why you acted as you did, and identify and avoid those behaviors in the future, you'll probably do it again. 75% of all second marriages fail because people choose to blame rather than take responsibility. Don't blame, own it. Fifth, recognize and release what is not your responsibility. You did not end this relationship alone. It takes 2 to tango. The sixth thing, establish a daily routine that will keep you moving when you feel overwhelmed by the emotional pain of this journey. It's gonna be hard. Put some things in place that you can draw on to keep you going when you're overwhelmed. And finally, build a support network of friends, family, and loved ones who can help you find your equilibrium when you lose your way. Reach out regularly and avoid withdrawing. Myself, I went through these steps and I continue to go through these steps. I faced a really difficult divorce. I don't think there is one that isn't difficult. These are painful things to face. And during the process, through COVID, many times I felt very alone. One time I was faced with a very, very difficult situation that was overwhelming me. The emotions that I was looking at were uncomfortable. I felt inefficient to meet the task. I was trying to do my daily exercises that I had put out for myself to keep myself going, but all I wanted to do was collapse and withdraw and retreat. And when I got into that space, that mental space where I was withdrawing from the world, I knew I was in trouble. Fortunately for me, I had a sister that lived close by with a family that was great, and I was able to call her. And she invited me to come stay with them and spend some time really feeling nurtured and loved, to know that I was okay. Sometimes we cannot cover that gap in ourselves because we are so collapsed, and we need that moment of sustaining. I did this. I reached out to my sister, she helped me, and that got me to move through a few particularly rough times. The other thing that happened was, as I would run into these roads, like it was really, truly, it's like a roller coaster ride. You're going to find these times where you feel happy that you're free, and you're going to find these times where you long to not be lonely, and you wish you had the systems and everything in place that you used to have around you. But you need to understand if it's really something you want or you're just wishing for the familiar. And if you can hold that and process that emotion and lean into it, I remember I would listen to where the emotion appeared within me. Not just feel the logical sense of it in my brain, but dive into where I carried it. Was it in my stomach? Was it in my chest? Did I carry it in my back, in my shoulders? What was it that this was trying to tell me? And as I would go in my mind in meditation to those spots in my body and listen to the wisdom that that emotion had to tell me, I would begin to ferret out what I could hold and what I was responsible for and what I must let go of. And when we begin to really see what we are responsible for, what happened to me was I found more peace, because there were things that I could act on and change. And then the things that I couldn't act on and couldn't change, that were out of my control, that I had no responsibility over, I could let go. And with each iteration of that, my time that I got dismantled and overcome with the disruption of this long-term intimate relationship, when things hit me, became shorter and shorter. What would last a few days of pain became one day, or an hour, or a minute. And that is the process that we want to get to. You know, truthfully, I think you know that you have made a recovery when you stop thinking daily and arguing with a spouse that is no longer there in your mind. I think that's the final sign, at least for me. When I can go multiple days in a stretch without even casting my mind toward that person that used to be intimately tied to me and arguing my position, that is a sign that I have owned my space, that I'm moving on, that I am not facing the struggle of divorce and carrying it with me anymore. So how long does it take to heal from a divorce? I truly can't tell you. These are exercises, these 7 steps that I have used in my life, and I have found that I have exponentially improved my ability to respond to gut-wrenching things that happen in the fallout of a relationship of this kind. I hope you can make your journey safely and easily and use these steps to benefit yourself. And of course, an important part of that is how to feel worthy of love. And I have that video here coming up. So stick around, like, subscribe, click on the bell. Hey, I would love to hear from you what divorce looks like in your life and how long it took for you to heal and what you did to overcome these difficult situations. Make some comments below. I'd love to have that conversation. Video's coming up. You need to know that you're worthy, so watch it.